Welcome to the world of 10 millimeter. So I'm not going to discuss the history of the 10 millimeter round and how it came to be. You can YouTube that up. They make different kinds of bullets. I prefer the 155 grain XTP. The reason why I like this tells you the feet per second and what it's at 50 yards and 50 yards and 100 yards. This is just for ammo purposes. That's not this video. Okay, this is the 10 millimeter. Let's see, do I have anything on the desk? I thought I had a 9 millimeter to compare it to. This sucker is about pressure. This is in a 40 caliber is nothing but a cut down 10 millimeter cartridge. But anyway, so you're asking yourself, I want a 10 millimeter handgun. Well, I'm biased against 1911 ones. Now, let's talk about a low-end 1911 10 millimeter. Well, you might say, gee, that's not that low-end because it's got a nice trigger, adjustable trigger. It's got really nice grips. It's parkerized, which is very nice. Parkerized finishes. When you get your firearm, be sure to always wipe it down. When you first get it, wipe it down constantly so it can get into that parkerized finish, that oil. So I always make sure, wipe down. There's no BS with this firearm. There's no stupid, this is a Rock Island, okay? It's nice, because, I don't have a clip in it, but it's nice because it's got that nice click. That's that standard Colt 1911 click. Not ambidextrous. Oh, look at that. It's an ambidextrous safety, which is nice too. Front is just a high-vis VZ sights. Adjustable back end. I don't really care for the dots because remember, you always want to focus on the front sight, not as much as the rear sights. Of course, you want to center everything up, but just focus on that front sight. And what's nice is you got the VZ grip. So what's the difference between this and, let's say, a Bam Bamma Jamma, the Colt Delta Elite? Look at this. It's a beautiful firearm. Let me tell you about it. So this is the issue that I'm having, that I wanted to talk about, is if you're a 1911 fan, buy the Rock Island. It's $569 some places. That's what I got mine for, plus a $20 transfer. It's very nice. Grips, the feel, the finish. It's tight. You know, there's no, those damn Colts. The slide is very tight and fitted. Its fit is very nice. The difference is that this has a bull barrel, large barrel. Different than the Delta Elite. So it's configured a little different. Some people might like that, some people might not. It's got a really, really nice. I never put it up to the gauge, but it's around 4 to 5 pounds. It's in the same range as the Colt. Okay. It's got everything you want on it for a 1911. And these are very popular. It's hard to find these. But this is the M1911 A1FS TAC 2 10 millimeter from Rock Island, and it's around $569. Now I showed you the Delta Elite. Now for all you Glock nuts, you got the 20 and 14 rounds, high pressure 10 millimeter round. This is a fun target range pistol for target practicing. You decide if you want to carry it or not. You know, that's up to you. I'm just showing you some ideas and opinions. Okay, this is my only issue right now. Now there's a few other manufacturers of 10 millimeters, but I'm not into them. This is more or less for the collection. When I first got this firearm from Colt, I had to send it back 2 times because I'm neurotic and it was scratched up. And also, which it probably still is, look how, that's one thing about these Colts. Look, this thing, this hammer, you have to really set this back. This is a high pressure round. And the thing about it is, this damn, I don't know, the question of the day is, what's up with Colt with the dang flip-up safety? If a manufacturer can manufacture a clone of a 1911 that is just as good as a $1,000 plus Colt, why can they not make it have a flip-up safety that works correctly? This one, I had them work on, and they changed out the plunger and redid a few things on it because I kept on screaming, and several people have had the same problem. Colt is coming back and really destroying their brand because they're coming out with slides that don't that wave back and forth. And that's the thing about Colt. You know, they say that their guns are made for, you know, you can throw them in the stand and they'll still shoot. Yeah, you know why? Because all the part, it's loose. But that's a good thing in battle. I mean, you kind of want to loose it loose. You know, you want a loose slide. So if dirt does get it, but you do and you don't. In my opinion, it's what you use it for, intention. If it's for a military, police, concealed carry, whatever. If the Colt's just the brand has just destroyed itself because now you get firearms with too many problems. This one had to be totally refinished because it was all scratched up, directly getting it in, brand new, scratched up. What's nice is they bead blast at the top because it's shiny, stainless. They want it for you to get a better picture of the target at the shooting range or whatever. They bead blasted it, which is very nice. So that's why the Colt Delta Elite is the winner. This one's not a bull barrel. Okay, so you have a little bit differences in what you're getting. So 1911 fans, if you want to start, if you're not sure about collecting 10 millimeters or want to get into 10 millimeters, see, that's the difference. You have your standard front here. I'm so tired, I can't even think of the damn word. But anyway, this is the difference, you know, bull barrel. See, it's that bull barrel. But I mean, this is the thing. Look what you get for $569. You get upgraded grips, ambidextrous safety, adjustable trigger, nice hammer configuration, the high vis VZ sights, adjustable sights, and nice package out the box. And it's parkerized. I like parkerized because parkerized finish is going to last a long time. And especially, please oil it when you first get it, so it can soak into that parkerized finish. But for fans of Glock, you can have the 10mm Glock. But, you know, it's just, Glock is Glock. You know, it is what it is. You're going to get a firearm that is not going to give you service problems. Most Glock is like a service handgun. It's not really, you know, it's not a collectible type of thing. You know, if you're police or whatnot, yeah, the Glock is for you. For me, it's not really. I really don't like these rails. You know, some people do, some people don't. I don't get into that. But this is just some shop talk about the 10mm firearms. But if you're looking to dab into it, yeah, you can get a Glock for the same price. But like I said, this is a high pressure round, so you want something, and you got to watch out because you can get some really loaded 10mm. I mean, you can go a lot bigger than 155 grain. In my opinion, I wouldn't recommend it. That's just my opinion. But you can look at weapons education, and he'll talk about the 10mm, how he loves the Delta Elite, which I love the Delta Elite. I bought it for a collector's piece. You know, it's got a lot of oil on it. I keep them well oiled. But as far as shooting at the target range, you know, you can't go wrong with the Rock Island Armory. Rock Island Armory started out really good. Then they went cheap. Then they had really nice roll marks. Real nice. Then they started putting this crap all across. It says Rock Island Armory. And guess what? That stuff can wear off easy. But they used to have the nice roll marks. So I don't know how Rock Island is now, but the ones that, all the Rock Islands that I have are the older ones with the nice roll marks and the nice stainless steel barrels. And I don't know where they're at now. I know they had to, I know Centerfire System was discontinuing, getting rid of this because of junk. Nobody wanted them. But Rock Island used to make some dang good firearms, and they still, I mean, this 10mm is not that old. They still make good quality firearms. And the question I have is, how come Colt is making firearms that are crap, and you have to send them back? They're 1911s. They're good 1911s, but they're probably using the same formula from 1911 to make them, and the process has changed. You can make a better 1911 for cheaper, but Colt, it's name recognition. But you can get a $350, I'll give you a brand, Tisa. You put some nice rosewood grips on it. Okay, you're in it for less than $400, and you have it'll outshoot a Colt 1911, Series 70, Series 80, whatever. So it's just, maybe somebody can give me some input. What's going on with Colt? You know, I know they're going to file for Chapter 11, but Colt says that they will fix any problem. But the problem is, I don't want to have to buy a gun and send it off, wait 6 months, get it back, then have to send it off again because they didn't even fix the problems that existed. So Shoptalk. Here's another nugget. When you send back a weapon to Colt, if it's not right when you buy it, be sure to have a nice list of exactly what's wrong with it. If you don't know what's wrong with it, go on YouTube and go to some people's websites like Weapons Education, and he'll tell you what it is, or you can send me a message. But I'm not this big gun people that do gun videos all the time. I just do all kind of videos, but this is just for 10mm people that or not 10mm people, but people that want to get into 10mm round. What's the point of the 10mm? Like I said, it's a high pressure, it's a big round. Okay, yeah, it's only 155 grains, but you can get it bigger, and it's high pressure, so this thing is flying. So penetration wise, it's going through, if you put some ballistic, do an analysis with ballistic gel, I'm sure people on YouTube have, it's going through. 45 wise versus this will travel further. If you're out in the woods in the bear country, or you want, this is the one to go with. A lot of people have like the Delta Elites on their hip. I would have this one on my hip. I mean, I've shot the hell out of this one, and look at the condition of it. It's beautiful. It's still in mint condition. It's got oil on it all over the place, but it's in the grips. And you need good grips with this one, because this thing, it kicks. But if you want something that gets you up there, high up there on the class of penetration, then the 10mm might be something that you can get. Don't get a 40. I have a Desert Eagle. Don't get a Desert Eagle 44. If you want something, get a 50 caliber, a 500 Smith & Wesson. If you want something that's the biggest, that's what I have. I have a Delta Elite. I have a Desert Eagle, but it was a waste of money. It's one of those things. It's basically a show piece. It's a brag piece. Ooh, I gotta look at this big gun. But look, a revolver is what you want for big rounds. They still haven't perfected a very good 44 Magnum automatic. They had the auto mag back in the day, but that had its problems. The Delta Elite is just so freaking big. It's gas. It's a gas system. So that's why they put these nice. These will dig into your hand, and you want that for a 10mm. And even the Gen 4 Glock 20, has good raised roofs. So, and this is easy to take down. They're all easy to take down. So that's my 10mm video. Shoptalk, in my opinion. Start off with a Rock Island Armory 10mm, because they're under $600. Unless you go to a shop and they might charge $300 more than what they want, and it's buy from an online superstore. You're not going to get a firearm that's been handled and touched and played with 50,000 times before you buy it new. That's why I don't like buying. I'm neurotic. When you order it, make sure you know who you're transferring it to, and tell the transfer person that you would like it to be sealed in the box from the shipping. You don't want anybody to take it out the shipping box. And if you know the person, they will. They have no problem. My transfer agent knows I'm neurotic, and he knows I will sit there for 10 minutes and overlook it, maybe take it down, make sure everything works right before accepting it. So I don't have to call Colt up and do all the crap with them. But this one is perfect now. I got this one perfect. And I love the Delta Elite. The Delta Elite, hands down, is a great, great, great firearm. You know, I mean, I love the bead blasted. I know they do this for the gold cups and the stainless steel gold cups and all that. But Colt, I don't know what's going on. They just put out the Series 7, the old Series, did a reboot of the Series 70 and Series 80, and I don't know what's going on with them. They've got all kind of problems. They're shipping them with very, you know, you could have one with a tight front. Shoot, man, it's too late at night right now. But you could have it tight as heck, or you could have it loose as heck. But I like a flip. The Colts. This is directly from Colt. They have not changed the system, and it's supposed to click. You're supposed to have that tactical click. That was the purpose of the flip up tactical click, was so you could hear it. And the best one that has it, I'm sorry to say, is the cheap ones. And that's a nice tactical click for the Rock Island Armory. And it's I mean, that's a really nice one. But if you're a Colt person, yeah, definitely the Delta Elite, hands down. Go with it. Shop Talk. Later.